Literary devices refer to the techniques that an author uses to help achieve the purpose of the text. These techniques can include things like figurative language, stylistic elements, or rhetorical strategies. In this video, we will review 4 types of literary devices: archetype, irony, sarcasm, and motif. Have you ever watched a movie or read a story, and the character in that story reminds you of a character from another show, book, or movie? If so, it's probably because the author chose to use an archetype as the basis for his or her character. An archetype is a character or a situation that shows up in many works from different cultures. Some examples of archetypes you might be familiar with are a hero or tragic hero, a magic helper or magician character, a villain, a jokester or a sidekick, or a mentor character. When you sense that familiarity with a character, that he or she has features you've seen somewhere before, then you should know that you probably are working with an archetype. Authors use archetype characters for their familiarity and because they stir emotions and create a connection with their reader. Irony is a literary technique in which the opposite of what is expected happens. For example, a story about a pilot who has a fear of heights would be ironic. Irony is not simply bad luck or an unfortunate circumstance. Authors might use irony to cause the reader to stop and think about a central idea or the point he or she is trying to make. Sometimes irony is used to add humor or dramatic effects, and sometimes it's to help the reader realize the main point or the theme of the work. Sarcasm is a literary technique in which the words spoken mean the opposite of what the speaker wants to convey. For example, saying, "nice hat" to a person who just had a bird land on his head would be a use of sarcasm. Authors use sarcasm to portray the emotions of a character in the story. Often this might be humor, bitterness, disapproval, or playfulness in the dialogue. Sarcasm is also used as a form of mockery. Motif is a literary technique in which an image or idea occurs many times in a work of literature. The repetition may create a particular tone, it might reveal the meaning of a symbol, or it might point the reader toward a theme or the main message of a story. Some people think that motifs and symbols are the same thing, but there's a subtle difference. A symbol does represent something else, but a motif is a repeated use of an image or an idea throughout a work. A symbol that occurs frequently through a story would then become a motif. These are 4 of the literary devices that you should be aware of when you're reading and analyzing literature.